Who the hell are you?
You know. You all know exactly who I am. Now, say my name.
CALIBOY!
You're goddamn right.
And I'm a Troocar enthusiast. So ride with your boy and follow along as I reach my goal of owning at least one car of each car culture. Ka-ka! Alright everybody, it's your boy Big CB. We are here in California still, undisclosed location. But hey, I got a new episode for y'all. This is episode 2 of Troocar Enthusiasts. I got a guy that's really gonna tell y'all about some cool cars, man. So if you like cars, you're in the right place. Let's check it out, man. Kane in.
What's good?
What's going on, my man? What's going on, man? Hey, I'm glad that you allowed me to come out, man. Appreciate you on that. Let's start off with this bad boy right here, man. Let's show me what you got going on here.
Okay, so I had a race car, and it wasn't working out. They put me in the wrong class. So I got rid of that. I'm building this to run in the next class. It's a 65 Daytona coupe.
Okay.
Real custom. So I found the body online.
Yeah, cause what body is this?
So this is a Shelby Daytona coupe 65, but it's a original cut. So it's not like the factory 5 model. It's not the street performance model. It's none of those. It was a guy selling them over in Europe, and this was a dud.
Oh.
So I ended up buying the dud. No frame, nothing to go on it.
Yeah.
And I put it on a 280Z chassis. So
got you.
This is a 280Z chassis, and then I'm running the 3.7 2017 Mustang motor in it.
Nice.
With 6-speed. And it's fully caged, super light. I want to say it should be about 1,600 pounds when I'm done with it.
It's gonna be a monster.
Yeah, close to 400 horsepower. So it'd be nice. It should do what I want it to do. And hopefully by the summer, this will be on the street.
Okay.
This will be rolling.
This thing's pretty nice, man. Let me show it to him in detail here. So, what size wheels are we running right here?
These is 18s, 18.9s in the front, 18.11s in the back. Michelin Pilot slicks. Motor is pushed back about 2 feet. I'm behind the shock towers. It should be a good center weight. It's got a lot going in it. It's got. I'm making this Z into a mid-engine car, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, because on Instagram I see you put mid-engine. Okay.
Yeah, they're known for the swoop in the back. So you could get a shot over there. You can see the back of the car. They got a mean ass swoop.
Yeah. Ooh.
The way that they're cut in the back, that's half of their performance right there.
What?
It's coming together. It's slowly for surely coming together.
So you're doing all this work yourself?
Everything.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Here.
Okay.
Everything here. This runs. This is already running. I'm waiting on the drive shaft, and it'll be brakes and ready for the street.
So I know she said earlier, you take it to the track and so forth. What exactly? What kind of racing do you do? I do autocrossing. Okay.
I do a whole bunch of different venues. Recently, I was competing in the Good Guys venue, and I was doing pretty good in there. I have a Ranger I ran, a Ranchero I ran, and then that Escort.
What? Yeah, when I first met you, yeah.
This would be this would be next up. I was running some pretty basic cars, but they fit the class.
Yeah.
So most of the classes I ran, I dominated the class. The class that I'm in now, the goal is to get this in there to dominate that class. Okay. And it's different. Definitely something different.
Definitely different. I love it.
The whole setup, everything is actually made for that short autocross course. My gear ratios, the gearbox, the rev on the motor, these rev pretty high. It's gonna work out. Everything that I know I was missing in my Escort.
Yeah. You're making sure that you're making up for it in this one.
Yeah, I've been learning. On each go, I've been learning and trying to get it right. So it's coming.
This thing is bad, man. So what are you using for flares? I see you're literally making it.
So these are off of one of the Ford Taurus wagons. I
Really?
think it's called it's not a cross tour, it's a freestyle. Ford
Oh,
freestyle
I know
wagon.
what you're talking about. It look like a mid-sized SUV.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I just pulled the flares, put them together. I had the look that I wanted.
Right.
So with that look, you know, it was more so, you know, just getting a nice, smooth look with the car, kind of modern, but still looking like the 60s.
That is some Gold Speed Racer stuff right there.
A lot of this stuff, so no bull, a lot of this stuff I pick apart and put together. I am a real pick apart hot
That's
rod.
dope. No, that's
how
dope.
I practice. Everything on that Escort,
Yeah.
custom.
Man,
Everything on the Escort.
I'm gonna put a picture in there, y'all,
And
so y'all can see
I'll
what he's
send
talking
you
about.
some
Yeah,
clips, But everything on the Escort was custom. Hard to see that it was an Escort.
Yeah, right. I
Couldn't
caught it
figure
because
out
of the
what it
lights.
was.
The lights is what helped me to get it.
Yeah.
Man, this is awesome, bro.
So when I got this, it didn't come with no doors. I made the doors.
Uh-huh.
I'm making the light buckets. I'm making the front end, chin lip, and all of that. I found that off of a Porsche. So
you talking about this orange part right here?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's a lot of pieces I'm gonna be putting together to finish the body off, to get it to look what I want it to
Right.
look like.
That's
And,
awesome, man.
look as natural as
Yeah.
it can. So
This
and
is awesome.
It'll be fun. This
Yeah.
is definitely something different.
Right, definitely, and that's why I'm making this show, because people like you need to be shown, man.
Yeah.
These are still Z tubs right here.
No, I made the tubs. So
Really?
the tubs I'm still making them. This is glass. Those is glass. I just laid those. I still got to build them out, figure out which light I'm gonna put in there. I made the doors, so I got the body with no doors.
Okay.
No doors, no light tubs, and it was just a dud. They put it on the car. They didn't like it. They pulled it off
And got rid of it, and that's how you got it.
It was on the side of the house, and I'm like, "What you gonna do with that body?"
So you say you made the doors for me. How did you go about doing something like this? Then you just
So these are made out of foam. I'm still finishing them.
okay.
So it's all
Okay.
foam, and then I glassed on the outside and made my own brackets. They're made out of the same cage, so they're part of the cage of the car.
Right.
So
So you figured out all the mechanism for the doors? and
yup, I
stuff?
set up the whole.
Wow, brother, you are a beast.
Try to make it work.
Yeah,
This is,
no, you're not trying. You're
and-
making it work.
That's something I haven't done before. So this was a first time deal.
Really?
You know, it was like I watched the videos, I YouTubed it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is how they making parts. I'm gonna just make my own. And curvature came out good. I'm still learning.
Right.
I'm not a body guy, so I'm gonna have my body guy finish.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But I got the
You
shape.
can get to this part, which is
Yup, and
which
then
is
I can bring
perfect.
him in
Yeah,
there,
because I can't even get to
and
that part. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's full body guy for me. I just have the ideas. I can't execute them like you.
I
so
can
that's
get
dope.
the look, and then I can
Yeah.
bring him in and have him finish off the look
Wow.
and get it right. So I'm excited about this one. This one is
I'm excited for it too, bro.
Fun.
Yeah, because I was like, I wanted to ask you on the DM, like, what is it? But I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get over there. So technically,
It's a lot of history behind these too.
Okay.
So these were built in Orange County. The first one was built in Orange County. There was
Okay.
only 6 of them, but they tested them right here where the mall is at. So right here,
yeah,
where
because it used to be a racetrack.
Yup, that's where Shelby would test these. That's actually, I think, where Ken Miles had died at, testing the
really?
Ford GT. Yeah.
And that was way back in the day.
That was back in the 60s.
Right,
He was
right,
getting
right.
me in on these. So it's familiar with the area. Like it belongs here. It belongs in Riverside. They tested these cars in Riverside. So
wow.
you know, it ain't far away from where it was birthed.
Right, man.
know.
This is awesome, man.
Yeah,
so what are you
so-
gonna do for glass and stuff? You gonna
So
have
I
to
have the original glass. So I got glass for the front,
Uh-huh.
Lexan for the rears, and then I got the glass for the sides, and they're like a slide window. So he gave me all of that. So the guy I got it from, he gave me the glass, the body. He was just missing the doors. He gave me some vents and some other parts I may use, I may not use. I do have some side pipes I'm end up putting on. They go in this gap area.
Right. Okay. So you are gonna do the pipes.
Yeah. So
okay.
it'll be side piped here.
Nice.
And everything else, suspension wise, is Z. So you know the coilovers. When I get into the brakes
you can
and all
just
of
use
that,
all that
I'll
stuff.
be using Z, some G35 stuff. I've already
Wow,
mocked
this
up.
thing is gonna be bad, bro. They're gonna be
So-
on you to sell it.
Oh, they always are.
So is this gonna be street legal then, or strictly
It'll be
track?
street legal.
Wow.
It'll be street. It'll be as legal as
right.
as we make it. It'll be as,
And that's when we cut the video.
yeah, it'll be as legal as we make them. So it'll still be basically tagged as a Z with a fiberglass body on it. You know?
Okay.
And it's a pre-75 Z, so at the end of the day, you can kind of do what you want with it.
Right.
It still kind of look like a Z.
It's still, and in a way it does.
Z-ish, and the craziest thing. So the guy that helped design the Z, he designed this car as well. Same guy.
Brother, and you know your history. Like, you don't be playing with him.
Look, same guy.
You don't be playing with him.
Peter Brock designed both of those cars. So I'm using a car that he did from Japan, plus an American car that he did.
Plus the history
and
of
just put them
Riverside.
together. Yeah, and Riverside. It's a lot that go with it.
Man, let me show this thing. Is it cool to show it from underneath?
No.
At the bottom of it? Ah, let me see.
It's rough under there.
Hey, but you know what though? That's perfect.
It's super rough under here. So I bought this as a junker, you know, from the junkyard. And they had drug it out with a forklift, so it was super ugly. I'm gonna end up with a pan, a flat pan under it, so you won't see it.
Just cover everything up.
Yeah, but it's pretty rough.
No, that's dope.
Underneath. I'll rather show it off when I'm done. I don't want to give all my secrets up.
I heard that.
But it's gonna be a force to deal with on the tracks.
For the hood, I mean, are you gonna have this cover? Gonna have it out?
No, so this will end up. So I have a vent. I didn't like the hood vent, so I'll end up.
That's what this line was. You was pre-testing it.
Yeah. So I didn't like the way that the vent sat. I'm gonna end up making a bigger hump to cover it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have it out. Okay.
The vent kind of took away from the shape of the car.
Got you.
I do have a hood scoop. Didn't really like it. I'm back and forth about it. Talked to my body guy. He could extend the hoop to cover up the motor. So
Got you.
I'd rather do that and kind of keep the original aesthetic of the car.
Man, this thing is bad.
And
I got a homie named Diomi, man. He's gonna love this. He's all into this type of stuff too, man.
Yeah,
and it's like, man, you doing it yourself. That's awesome.
This is not my first Cobra. I had the first Shelby Cobra. I just didn't fit in it too good. I barely fit in this one, but the other
Cobra. How tall are you?
6'2".
Man,
Can't drive it with shoes. Both of them got to take off the shoes. No 13s in there. So my first Cobra, couldn't drive it with shoes. Kind of hard to get out of, but I wasn't tracking it. I was just driving it around town. I thought it was a cool car to drive.
Right.
And then I got into this one, and I was like, I'm gonna track it. I'm gonna build it just for track. So, you know, I ain't going to the grocery store in this. You know, I'll go to Coffee and Cars. Yeah, but Coffee and Cars in the track. That's what this is being built for.
Okay.
That's about it.
Let me flash his driver's seat. Yeah, I didn't think about that, man.
Yeah, it ain't no space in there.
Straight to the point.
Just enough to fit.
Wow. Gas tank in the back. This thing is awesome. So, man, I have a feeling you about to tell me you did it, but who did the cage?
So me and a friend did the cage. A guy I met at Coffee and Cars in Corona.
Really?
And he's good. He's actually the man.
I see that.
I'll try to send you one of his links. He's real good. He works out of his garage.
Okay.
He in an apartment complex. Like, he did this in the alley. We were in the alley of his apartments. Like, that type of at-home dude.
Y'all see this?
In the alley.
Talking about his road cage.
And,
but that's dope, man.
Yeah, he caged the whole car up.
So that's what he does is the caging?
He's a fab guy. He does everything. He does a lot of fab work.
Wow.
Also a little race car driver.
Yeah.
And basically, when I told him I was getting the car, he was like, I could cage it. Bring it through. So we caged the whole car after I cut the Z off the body. So I cut the Z off the body, and I just had the platform, and then he basically made the cage the same shape of this car.
Wow.
The exact shape of the car.
So you cut the old Z and everything right here?
Yeah, right here.
Whoa, you crazy,
all
man.
All of my swaps right here in the garage.
I'm pretty sure your neighbors know who you are, then, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've been here for the longest, and they know he cut another car. What's that one gonna be?
Sound like my neighbors, man. They're like, what you got now? I know.
Yeah. It's a weekly deal.
Tell us about this, my man. Because I already noticed something when I was walking up, but I want you to tell them.
So, this is a 75 F100 short bed. When I got it, it was 351 Windsor.
Okay.
I usually frame swap these, but the Vic frames don't fit right underneath it, and you gotta cut the bed. Since it's already a short bed, I just clipped it with the Crown Victoria clip, motor, and rear end, pretty much everything from the Vic. And price wise, you know, you could get a Vic for about $1,000.
Right, cheap now.
And
especially out here, the South you can't though.
Yeah, they still love those.
Yeah, they love that. That's an Impala out
And
there.
yeah, that's the Impala for real. But everything, you know, everything is almost plug and play.
So
for Ford,
right off of Vic. That's crazy.
yeah, almost plug and play. But I end up with 355s in the rear, LSD rear end. I got the 4.6 with the Crown Vic cross member, all aluminum. Later, if I go Coyote, you know, the Coyote, a bolt right in.
Right, yeah, because it's all Ford.
You can use the tranny for the Coyote. Like, everything's available.
What? So basically, this is basically another swap.
This is another swap.
Yeah.
This
old
is like
Ford body over Crown Vic.
over Vic, and almost everything is plug and play. This is easy going. To do all of this, all we have to do is pull off the doghouse. Just pull off the clip and put it together.
Wow.
So,
So how did you know that something like this would even happen?
I was
Just
on
playing around one day?
Nah, I was on the forum and I watched a dude swap a he did a Ford Explorer under an old 50s Ford pickup. And I used to be all 50s. I've done probably 6 or 7 50 Ford pickups. And I was like, man, I want to do that. So I did a unibody, I did a Ranchero. I started going nuts. I started doing every car that I got.
Yeah.
I used something modern underneath, and it's, to me, it's the new way. Mainly because you're not just taking some hot motor and putting in some old car that can't handle the motor. You're like, you get all of the engineering that came with that motor. You know, a lot of people think they could just swap a motor and they're gonna have a fast car.
Oh, now you still gotta get the brakes and all that stuff.
Yeah, the car don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
It might have been faster with its old motor. You know, it's just breaking traction now.
That's a good way to say it. I never really thought about that.
Once you get that whole platform, it's a monster.
Yeah, because now.
So when I swapped that Escort, the Escort lost 700 pounds. So it started off as an Audi TT.
Ooh.
That Escort was on top of an Audi TT.
Oh, now that I didn't know.
So the Escort was on top of an all-wheel drive turbo Audi TT.
Oh, wow, that thing was a beast.
And doing the swap, it lost. I was actually 900 pounds lighter than what the Audi TT sat naturally.
Oh, man.
With the Escort body on it.
Yeah.
So all-wheel drive, super light, full boost, E85. That thing was moving.
Yeah, it sounded like
it was happy with like 260 horsepower. I was cooking dudes. So it's a lot to it, and even with this is lighter than the whole front end that was on this. That I-beam front end was a beast. You know, now we got an aluminum clip in the front. You lost some weight. We got a half aluminum motor. Lost a lot more weight.
Yeah.
This will perform better than the Vic. It won't be pulling that Vic around. This is 2010 setup, so we're talking E85 from the factory, ready to go. You could flash whatever you want in the ECU. The government back motor, it'll do 300,000 miles. Like, how do you say no?
Right. And then you can upgrade the suspension and everything because it's technically a newer car.
Yeah. And I mean, it keep it Ford.
Right.
I like everything. I'm a Ford guy though.
I'm a Ford guy too.
That's what I know how to work on.
About that. Yeah. I'm a Ford guy too.
I've been.
I like Chevy too. Though,
Ford from the. So I got a Pontiac. I keep hostage. That's it. I keep hostage. I played with some Chevys. I like all of them. But I'm definitely not a LS the World guy.
Yeah.
You know, it's lots of motors out there. You know, LS ain't nothing but a happy Ford. That's it.
Some guys might be upset over that.
That's what it is. It's a happy Ford. It's a leftover 351 Cleveland.
And I know about the 351s. Got one of my Cougars.
Ford walked away from that, and they did the overhead cam stuff. And Chevy took advantage. They ran with it. Even used the 351 firing order, everything.
Yeah, y'all get some facts here. Y'all get some facts.
So, end of the day, you know, it's a mean push rod.
Okay.
It's a mean push rod, but this is so far ahead. So far ahead.
Well, shoot, since we mentioned Fords, man, let's talk about this bad boy right here. Let me show it on the sunny
Bird.
side.
I just got the Bird. I've probably been in it about a year. This is one of my favorite cars.
Yeah.
I had one of these for the longest, but they don't come down in price.
Yeah, this one definitely held price.
They was holding a lot of money.
Mm.
And I had ran across this one. You know, it was in Palm Springs, dried up. Old lady passed. Family was trying to get rid of it. Almost gave it to me for nothing.
Look at you.
Just needed a fuel pump from sitting. So I ran out there and grabbed it, and I've been playing with it, lowered it, put some wheels on it. No motor work yet.
Yeah,
I had planned on going Coyote with this.
Ooh.
So that's
you got a need for speed, huh?
You know what? So these are underrated.
Yeah.
They got motor.
Really?
They got motor right now. So this a lot of people don't know, but this came with the same motor that's in all the Jags. They in the Jags right now. Like they're still running. The Coyote go right.
Jag is basically a Ford. Oh wow, you even got the stamp?
That's the Jag cover.
Okay.
Yeah, but same motor.
Right.
So if this would come in those little Jaguar coupes, in the Jag they're 4.2 liters. In the Fords they're 4.0s and 3.9s. But same exact motor.
Because didn't they supercharge some of these motors?
Yep. So the Jag supercharger will fit on here. That whole setup will plug up.
What? So you probably just get that and just.
I'm a Coyote. I'm a Coyote. So I'm a first gen Coyote. This with a 6-speed. I got the 6-speed. I'm just waiting to find a cheap motor. This runs perfect. So it's like no need to do nothing right now. But when it gets tired, you know, it barely had 100,000 miles on it.
Right, it sounds like it's probably still running real good.
So it rolled, but nobody does nothing with the Birds.
I got a buddy. Remember, I sent you a DM. He's like, he's gonna go crazy over this.
They pass these up, and
because it's a Ford. A lot of these guys, they don't. If it's not Chevy, if it was a Chevy, they probably did something with it.
No clue. And you know, it still got a good 5.7 seconds, 0 to 60. All the suspension is the same as the Jaguar. It's basically a S-type.
Right.
All the Brembo brakes off of there fit on there. It's just platform sharing. This is an awesome platform.
This is nice. What size wheels going on here?
Platform. 19s in the front, 20s in the back. So these are 19.9s and 2012s.
Wait, this is a 12?
Yeah, way too big for it. But craziest thing, you know, I'm a Craigslist shopper. So these came off a Ferrari. These were on a little Ferrari.
Ooh.
And dude was like, it still has the 5x108 bolt pattern, but they're real aggressive. So we did have to shave some of the back of these off to get them to tuck. So I had to take them to the machine shop, have a little bit shaved.
This is clean, man.
But they on there.
Right. I actually like how it looks. It gives it a look. It
kind of bring the hips out a little bit. It lets you know you got some Euro roots in it. And it worked.
And it's convertible and it's clean, man.
Yep, it's hard top too. I got the hard top. It's coming. So
they offer cloth and hard top in this?
Yeah, so they come with both. I got the hard top. It's wrapped right now with the camo, but basically paint was burnt when I bought it.
Yeah, I figured it's probably just sitting outside somewhere.
Yeah, this is just temp until I'm ready to shoot it. And I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna wrap it and roll it like it is wrapped and shoot it when it's time to shoot.
Sweet.
You know, you got a lot of cars. You only can do so much to each one.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's a process, but I like to drive everything. So this is my daily.
Okay.
I daily this one, and then the Mustang.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So I had a coupe, and the coupe was nice. I got a deal on the coupe. Bought it from a guy in Riverside. It wasn't running. Turned out it had like a stroked out 289, and that was my first Mustang. So I ain't a Mustang guy at all. Never been
weird,
one.
Right?
Never been one.
Of all things, that's the last thing I thought you would have said.
Oh, not a Mustang guy. And you know, I'm like a Falcon, Cougar. I like the Fairlanes. Like, like
that's
kinda,
crazy. So
not necessarily the off-name Fords, but the Mustangs is kind of boring. But they held a value that was crazy.
Yeah, they do.
So I got
They do.
offered crazy money
Yeah.
for the coupe. So I had sold the coupe and bought this, and then I started getting crazy money for this. And I lucked out with this one. I had drove to Montana to pick this up,
Ooh.
and it was
Wow.
the cheapest fastback that I could
If you
find.
can find, yeah.
Like fastbacks in California, they want all
Oh,
your
they
money.
want arm and leg.
They want $20K for a shell.
Right.
So I got this pretty much as a shell with everything, with motor, but it was frozen, 3-speed transmission, all of that, and I just drug it home. Bill of sale. Took it in to tag it up. It's a K-code. They dig out the VIN and everything. So I'm like, man. But it's a butchered K. So
Right.
the dude that had this, he was racing it. It was cut up. He had big old wheel flares on it. I kept the rear flares. I got rid of the front ones. They were just too wide. But he
Oh,
kind of
man.
had it kind of Dukes of Hazzard, kind of like a rally looking Mustang.
Really?
And he said nobody would buy it from him. And I went up there and grabbed it because
He's
I
like, I can
figured
fix it.
it's a shell.
Yeah.
So I got the motor unfrozen, put it all back together, shot it right here in the garage.
You painted this too?
Yeah, so most of my, you gonna laugh. So most of my cars I shoot.
What? That's dope. You like,
Uh,
man, you a real
listen.
all in-house.
Some
All
of them,
money in
some
over
of
here.
them rattle can. So
Hey.
so this is rattle can with a clear,
For real?
no bull. Listen,
Hey, man.
this is Rust-Oleum
Man, you
with a clear.
lying to me.
with a clear. This is budget.
Man,
What?
you lying to me.
I drive it, so I didn't want to spend like a crazy amount of money.
So you color sanded it a whole lot or
Wet
something?
sanded everything.
Okay.
This is Rust-Oleum with a clear coat. So this is the hot red from Home Depot.
No.
About
Bro,
18 cans.
I would never have said, yeah, that's a rattle can.
Yeah, 2 cans of white, and she right.
What?
And she right. Only because I drive the car. You know, I leave it in parking
And
lots.
that's dope, man. I
I
would have
want to
never guessed
enjoy
that.
it. I don't want to go spend, you know, $10,000 on paint
Mhm.
and then be scared to drive the car. Like my Bonneville,
Doesn't
I spent a lot of money on that paint, and
How
I'm
about
I'm not comfortable with it
Right.
everywhere.
I
It
know
took
about
kind of
that.
like the fun out of it. So
Mm.
with this, it's fun. It's this is a budget build. It's got a lot of equity in it.
Yeah.
With the price that I got it for, and with
I
the
love how you
VIN
got it
number
set up.
shows,
Wow.
it's running. So I got a 289 stroke to a 331, real basic. It's not like super clean under here because I drive it.
Wow.
This
I know
is
what I'm
driven.
looking at. Wow.
Power
okay.
steering, AC, just the basic stuff. All done at home.
I love how you said the basis, but it's actually doing a whole lot.
To me, this is simple, you know, because most people would say, you know, throw a Coyote in there, throw this in there. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because what size motor is this?
this is a 331,
Okay.
and it'll run with the big boys. I've tracked this, and it'll run with the big boys.
It looks like you got like what, coilovers and everything on
Yep,
you?
coilovers, Viking coilovers, sway
Sway
bars,
bars and everything.
aftermarket sway at the bottom, Willwood disc brakes, Ford Explorer diff, 411s in the diff, disc brakes.
Wow.
It's the 31 spline 4x4 Ford Explorer diff. Like, it do everything it's supposed to do. 1912s in the back, got a good tire on there. 19.9s in the front, tucking under the stock fender. It's decent. It's neat.
I love it.
And it's a fastback.
Yeah, I love
it's
it.
a fastback. So crazy thing, my sister had just bought the coupe back that I had sold to get this. So we got both of them back in the family.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
man.
the coupe was a hot one. So yeah, this is like my Air Jordans.
Yeah,
That's my Air Jordan colors over here.
Man,
So
okay.
this is that original red, black, and gold Jordans right there. That's what you see. And it look familiar, but it don't. But it do.
Yeah, I
This
see
this
it.
is the J's. So this is my J's right here.
Wow, this is awesome,
You know,
my man.
these in the red, black, and,
Hey, I was gonna say, I see the shoes.
This is you know, this is what they look like to me.
Wow, I love it,
She
man.
work.
Wow,
Works.
rattle
Just
can, that's crazy, man.
super simple.
And it looks good.
The Escort was rattled. I had a 55 Ford pickup. I had rattled can, and it was winning trophies with that paint.
What?
It was winning trophies.
So how long does this normally last up for you then?
If it's garage, it'll last as long as a regular paint. Like, I mean, your base coat is a base coat.
Right.
I think it's really about the clear. Your base coat is the base coat.
I know some painters that may agree with you.
As long as you know how to lay some clear, you in the game. Because you paint over anything.
Right.
Even when they're doing the low riders and they're doing all the stripage and the airbrushing, that's rattle can. It's just fancy in the airbrush.
Right, in the airbrush, yep.
That's it.
That is true. So some
And then they come over and they clear it and it work. But your base coat is your base coat. It's really about that clear you put on there.
I love it, man.
And it'll hold it. And you know how you deal with the paint.
Check out this inside.
Yep, super simple on the inside. It's a driver.
Surprised you don't have a cage here. It looked like you would have a cage in here.
I'm trying to stay comfortable. So this is driver. No need to be all bunched up. None of that stuff. I mean,
what seats are these?
So those are out of the Toyota
Silica?
RS.
Oh, okay.
What's that little the new one? It's one of the newer Toyotas. They comfortable. They real comfortable.
How wide that is.
Yep, side pipes. Those were off of like the 99 Mustang.
Really?
Yeah, the 99 Mustang side pipes.
It's really hooked up too.
Found those at the swap meet. You know, I'm a promoter swap meet shop.
Yeah, that's fine. They ran into you up there.
I am budget. If you wanted to like build this stuff really on your money, you're gonna spend a lot of money.
Right.
A whole lot of money. And you won't get to drive them. So I'm running the Sniper EFI in there.
Okay. Fuel injected.
Yep.
It's
and I'm not a Mustang guy. But I mean, your Mustang sound. That's how it sounds.
Bad boy sounds good.
But I ain't a Mustang guy.
Hey, I would think you would be.
But my Falcons, I've had a couple Falcons. Galaxies. I've had almost every 60s Ford you could play with. This is the last one.
Because what year is this?
65.
65. Okay,
So this is like the last Ford that I was like, all right, let me just get a Mustang, watch out for trees, watch out for poles. But you know,
it's been Porsches lately too, by the way.
Oh man, it's always been Porsches. Not lately. Just Mustangs just get the bad rap.
I've seen a lot of Mustangs.
Oh, these Porsches is dangerous, man. I mean, if you a Canyon
That's true, because
runner,
Fast and Furious, he died in one.
yeah, they dangerous.
Yeah, they have been, huh?
You gotta know how to drive.
Wow.
It's not the ultimate driving machine. It's not a BMW.
You gotta be a
these
racer.
dudes getting a Beamer and think they the man when the
Yeah, they
Beamer
do.
doing all the driving.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
That Porsche, you gotta drive that Porsche, or you gonna be over a cliff. I've had a Porsche. I drove the dirt out of that. You know, I tried that, and I was like, oh, these are for experienced drivers only, because they do what they say they're gonna do. And it's it's fun stuff.
What we got over here? What are we doing with this one?
So the Cuda is a fastback Barracuda 64, and for the Dodge guys, don't buy no Dodge. Don't buy no Dodge, man.
Hey, because some of them swear by them, man.
Oh, they swear a lot. Listen, the Dodge, this should have been a frame swap car. It's got the original 383 in there, I believe. It's a headache. I've been working on this for about 3 years. Parts wise, It has that push button transmission. It's gonna need it's running. Tranny is giving me some issues. I'm really just putting it back together. This is trying to keep it dry, but I'm in the put it back together phase. Carpets in, interiors all fresh and new. I still got to do some reupholstering in the back.
Oh, the whole back is open. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big glass.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
So this is a fastback. This is that's all glass in the back. To me, it's a weird looking fastback. But same thing, this was a cheap car, so
you're like, I'm gonna make it work.
It's hard to turn down.
I like that attitude.
Yeah, so that's
okay, I see it now.
Back.
Oh, it's a big piece of glass too.
No, it's a big glass. So this is all glass.
You have it?
Yeah, I got the glass.
Okay.
I got everything for it. So I just got to finish doing all the carpet and stuff in here. I did all the carpet in the front. Already did the motor up. Motor is fresh. All the chrome, everything on this. Probably I was gonna do a Bay Area look on this.
Okay. Like the Vogues and the
yeah, so mustard and mayonnaise.
Okay, I like that.
Do the whole do. I just I ain't figured out how I want it to look.
That might actually look pretty clean.
It'll look right.
Yeah.
Because it'll sit like the Falcon.
What we got up here?
Oh, motor's good. Motor's clean.
Ooh, what you was playing now?
Yeah, he's all in. He's done. He runs. That was the easy part.
You sprayed this one too, or was it already?
No, this came from this paint shop in San Bernardino, and the guy had passed, and his wife was basically just getting rid of the car. Dang. So this was a $3,000 car pretty much.
Wow.
Like this with all the parts. I did all the wiring. I wired it all up. So that's what I do. I do a lot of wiring.
Okay.
So that's what I'm good at. So rewiring.
Yeah, we gotta do some talking, big dog.
This is all torn apart.
Right.
No wires, no nothing. I put a new harness in it. Everything it needs pretty much to get it going. And it ain't that far. It's just I ain't got that much motivation. Probably because it's a Dodge. But I can't get motivated on it. It's like
you put some wheels in there. I bet you get motivated.
Yeah, it'll wake up. It'll
wake up. It'll wake you up.
Yeah, but
you go, okay, I didn't finish that.
This has been a long project, man. I've probably built 3 cars in between this. No bull. No bull.
It'll get done one day. Yeah. I'm telling you, you throw some wheels on there, you be like, you know what, I need to finish that one.
It'll have a good look, cause Dodge is like, Dodge is really a mustard and mayonnaise car.
It is.
They didn't get sporty. They all through the 90s, 80s and 90s, they were just box and kind of ugly. Like cats was driving them New Yorkers, but they was like, that was an ugly car, and dudes was leaning in them. Dudes wanted the vert. They was like, let me get that vert New Yorker, and I was like, that
why?
Dirt. But they was leaning, and it was Bay Area because they was leaning in them, and I was like, all right, I don't see it, but I feel them. You know, they stayed true to their Dodge. But Dodge was, you know,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Diplomats.
They be in there.
Like they started to make it with that with the little Sebring or whatever that car was in the Nas movie.
Oh yeah.
And everybody jumped on it.
Right,
like,
right.
We're gonna get us a Dodge. I was like, that's dirt. It was a fancy Taurus. At the end of the day, it was a fancy looking Taurus.
Love it.
But Dodge is back.
Okay.
You know, I ain't gonna say they're the greatest, but they're back. You know, they dodging stuff.
Well, shoot. Okay.
So, yeah, I ain't got no Chevys to show.
No, that's cool.
I wish I did, but I don't.
This is the stuff that I want to see. You know, along with that stuff too. You know,
I know.
I get burnt out.
Yeah. You know, so I was racing my Ranchero, and I had went on I did a whole tour. We went from California. We did California all the way to Texas. We did 12 different races with the good guys. So good guys go everywhere.
Got you.
And We destroyed every LS Chevy truck.
Well, look, they don't brag about that. You never hear that story.
With a 6-cylinder.
What?
With a 6-cylinder. And I mean a stock 6-cylinder. A bone stock 6-cylinder. And I like tap danced on them. Like just like, oh, that's all you got? Like a 6-cylinder in a Ranchero. And I was in a Ford Ranchero and I destroyed them.
Wow.
And that just told me like motors is only half of the story.
Yeah.
You know, horsepower is cute.
You better drive it too.
Horsepower is cute, but if you don't know what to do with it, you're just a slow guy. So I'm a low horsepower guy. I'm like regular. I don't need 1,000.
Yeah.
I don't need 1,000. That's not my goal. Not my goal at all. And I'm not a go straight guy. Like,
cause how many horsepower you think this one got?
I'm almost 400 in this.
Wow, you get down in it too.
I'm probably 4 at the crank. With the build, but he got some balls. He go. I like him. It's more good for going straight. Don't turn no corners.
Yeah.
You know, it'll find that tree. The Mustang way. It drives like a Mustang. It drives exactly
the
like
Mustang way.
A Mustang. Like where do you expect it to be? Besides in the crowd or a tree. So
that's funny.
That's the truth.
It is the truth, though. It is the truth. Well, most people won't say
it's the truth.
That's the thing. But yeah, did you want to get some driving footage or something? Did you want to? I can get some slow mo, get some B-roll of you rolling a Mustang real quick if you want, and then just come back and do some interviewing, and I'm out your hair, man.
All right, let's do it. Let me warm this up.
All right.
Must pay homage to him.
All right, y'all, here we go. True Car Enthusiast, episode 2. So we're chilling here with my man Keenan.
Yes, sir.
As y'all saw, he got some beautiful rides. I guess tell us a little bit about what you do, my man.
So the majority of the stuff I build to drive.
Yeah.
So I do have customers that come through and I play cars. So it's not necessarily.
I love it.
I'm not like this shop or professional shop, but I like to play cars.
Gotcha.
So when we play cars, it's kind of like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. I want to look like this, or they may find a look. We'll go for the look. But it's no different from being, 7, 8 years old. Like, hey,
that's how I look at it.
When your car's over, we gonna play cars. These are just full-size cars.
Okay.
I do a lot of track stuff. I don't do nothing on the street because they know me here. They'll come straight to the house. Like I've had my street time, and we class of '96. That's like Ontario Street
way
races,
back. Yeah.
all of that stuff. I had my time. My license is important. So,
right. When you get older, you realize I kind of need that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pay my little $40, go to the track, have my fun, keep my car.
Right.
And that's it. But I love to drive them.
When did you get into, I guess, the track thing, or I mean, how did all this get started for you?
So, in high school, I had got this car, a Merkur XR4 Ti. That's what started it. And It was an early Ford from the 80s,
Yeah.
2.3 liter turbo, rear wheel drive, and fun.
Yeah.
Like super fun. And I didn't understand the car until I got a little older on how well it performed and why it performed that way.
Ooh.
And then when I really started digging into it, I was like, man, you know, Ford is kind of on the stuff. So, you know, and this is kind of how I ended up straying away from the Mustang, and I was more into Escorts, Capris, Mavericks, a lot of the smaller Fords, because I could throw them around a little better when I drive them.
What?
And then, you know, stuff was getting tough in the street, so I started tracking them, started paying my money to go track, have some fun. And the street, you only could do so much because it's dangerous. On the track, I could spin out of control and learn how to control my car compared to
that time to
on the street, I could hurt somebody spinning out of control.
Hey, that's smart.
So it gave me just that advantage of being out of control, you know, and understanding the car. So it started with the Mercure, and then I kept that car forever. I drove that car from 93, 94, all the way up to about 2005. Like, I had the car forever before I broke away from it.
Yeah.
And then I had inherited this Bonneville, 64 Bonneville convertible.
Okay.
And when I inherited that, I kind of got turned on to the classic car stuff.
Right. Yeah, 'cause that was completely other side.
Yeah, it was something different.
Yeah,
I put that together, and I was like, oh man, this V8 stuff is
I like it.
yeah, it's kind of mean. But I wasn't like a Pontiac fan.
Right.
I was still on my Ford stuff. So then I ventured into a Falcon. I got a 65 Falcon, loved that. Got me a Maverick, super loved the Maverick. And then I just really dived into the Ford classic stuff.
Okay.
Got comfortable with the 302s, knew how to build them, put them together, knew how to make power out of them.
And this is all self-taught?
This is all self-taught.
Wow.
I haven't I haven't been to a school or anything. This is just
That's dope. That's why I
everything
want to
has
showcase
been YouTube and visual.
Right. And
you know, a lot of the stuff, if I see it, I could build it.
Nice.
If I see it,
like that.
if I see it, I could do it.
Huh.
Every car I'm done, I seen it done in my brain, and I was like, I'm building one of those.
That's love.
And
okay.
I'll go do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's been the gift.
Okay.
That's been the gift.
So do you think? Well, I guess let's start with this way. What is like your dream car? I guess what is?
So, I don't have a dream car. I've had
You just
all
going
of
with
them.
it.
So I've had everything.
Okay.
I've had Porsches. I've had Mercedes. Nothing Euro is part of the dream.
Yeah.
It's more experience.
Wow.
So there's no dream car
Yeah.
here. I've had everything.
I love it.
There's
Yeah.
really not like a car that I've had. Really not nothing that I want. I want the experience.
Right.
So
Right. I think I chased that too.
Yeah, it's like I may see something and say, oh, I want to experience that.
Yeah.
I most likely don't even want to keep it. I just want to experience
what?
it.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
I never realized. I just want to experience it. Okay, that's what it was like.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it.
And go on to the
and
next.
then on to the next one. And
Oh,
you
learn
can't
something new.
experience all of them if
Yeah.
you just keep one.
Right.
The guy that worships that one car for 40
I
years,
can't
like
do
he
it.
keeps it.
Yeah.
That
But there's
would
people like
drive
that.
me-
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, no,
this.
they're not.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
bad guys. It's just their loyalty is different.
Yeah,
You
me,
know.
I'm not loyal to him like that. I got to keep it
No,
moving
it's-
because I see so many other things. I'm like, I want to see that.
I want to try.
Yeah, I want to try it. What is that like?
Yeah.
Wow,
So
I never thought about it like that.
that's really what got me into everything.
Yeah.
You know, having a truck, because I see the truck guys out there like, man,
Yeah.
they having a ball in their trucks. I'm gonna try a truck.
Right, you see they smell. It's like, what?
Yeah,
why
I
you
want to
smell
get that feeling. So I get the truck. I see the
Okay.
Lolo guys. I'm like, man,
Right.
I want to do
I
some low ride. I'm gonna try one of those.
That's dope.
The track guys, they
Troocar enthusiasts.
Oh, they amaze me. The
Yeah.
track guys. So with the track stuff, if you're tracking a car that you built, you know, not only did you put your hands on it and you built it, but you're driving it
Right.
like to the fullest.
Fullest
You're
extent.
making it perform.
Right.
I enjoy that part.
Wow.
Not that I just built it, because a lot of people, you know, somebody will build their car, they'll tell them it's 800 horsepower, and they go down the street and they burn a little rubber.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't experience the car. Like, they don't have that relationship
You're
with the
absolutely
car.
right about that.
And
You're
I've
absolutely right about
enjoyed
that.
that part of building my cars
Yeah.
and then going out there and actually seeing, what it do
Mm.
and how it competes and compares, which was kind of telling me like, hey man, you kind of doing good. Like, you're hanging out with some of these
Yeah.
big guys. I am in my garage.
Doing it big, man.
Yeah, this is my lift. This is it.
I seen that.
I'm still on my back. But this is my lift. This is what I gotta do.
I seen that.
And it's hood, it's janky, but
yeah, but it works.
It's what works
you know,
for me.
it works.
I've
Man.
done full body swaps in this garage.
Wow,
Body
I love
off
it.
the car, hanging from the ceiling,
Yeah.
sliding another car underneath, and putting them together. At home in the garage.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is love, man. You definitely,
So-
I love it.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah, I definitely gotta get you a shirt too, man, because you are definitely an epitome of a true car enthusiast.
Oh, thank
Which
you.
is that's why I decided to do this, because the whole thing with me is, like I was telling you earlier, like I love low riding. I've pretty much done just about every style car. If not, I'm definitely trying to get to it. But
Yeah.
I like to just see everything. Like I can't just do this style car every day of the week. Like I would break my neck if this comes flying past me on the freeway. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I would want to know more about your truck and so forth. Even the Thunderbird, if I see that, I want to look.
Yeah.
But there's some guys that's out here that they just want like what they like and that's it, which is kind of weird to me. But I get it. It's not a diss or a shot. Something that I like myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some people
Yeah.
are hyper focused.
Right.
And the car stuff, man. How do you not try all of them? It's a candy store. How do you not go out and try all of them?
Just like me, I don't know, as far as with yourself, but I liked Hot Wheels. When my parents went to the store, I had to flip through the car magazines. But it wasn't back in the day, like when I got started. It wasn't all the magazines that we have now, or even social media. It was just like Car Driver, I think VW Trends, Mini Truck magazine. So I flipped through all of those for diversity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I like stuff like this. Like when I seen it, I was like, man, I don't know what it is, but I want to know more about it.
That's really what got me hooked. Is
Okay.
to don't know what it is. So I was in that XR4 Ti. Nobody knew what it was. So there was nothing available for it. So I kind of had to make a lot of my own stuff.
And I was like that too.
And when I made my own stuff, it wasn't misunderstood because you didn't know what it was anyway.
Nobody had to judge you. Yeah.
Yeah, it
right.
wasn't like, oh, it's supposed to be like this, because you didn't know what it was.
Right.
So
That's
I
smart.
kind of like to not know what it was cars. They're easier to play with.
They are.
So when you get into them and you're trying to do some custom, you're not in the catalog. I don't do no catalog shopping.
But this guys that love catalog stuff.
Like little, even like the front ends on my Mustangs, those are BMW bumpers.
I was gonna ask you
On
what that
both of
was.
them. Yeah,
Really?
on the green one and the red one. Those is like me shopping at the pick apart with a tape measure. Like, you know what? This looks
Like it would fit.
this looks like it would go smooth
wow.
with the car.
I was wondering how you did that.
Yeah, that's off of a Beamer X5 truck,
Mm.
and it's like, they got roll pans for the car.
Yeah.
They all look the same. Everybody has this Shelby copycat.
I don't
roll
like the
pan.
copycat. Everybody can get a look.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, I wanted to be kind of modern. The Mustang really hasn't changed at all.
Much at all.
From its birth, it still has that look.
It's like a G wagon, but yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something different. Slapped it on. I feel
And
like
it
it made
fit.
sense. Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
went with the curves of the car, gave me the aggression that I wanted with
And
it,
it did.
and it worked. Something I've been practicing for a while though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the flares on this, some of the stuff on
That's
this.
perfect.
On that Escort, the front end on the Escort was a Mazda MX-5, but it flows with the car.
Who did? Man, I wish you still had a car, but we'll look at pictures. It was flared over the tires, right? It had a
Yep,
flare.
so I did metal flares, and those were eBay flares. There was just some eBay flares I welded on.
Wow.
The side skirts were BMW. I made the wing. The front lower end of the bumper was that Mazda aftermarket headlights.
Yeah.
And the whole car sat on top of an Audi TT. But it looked natural.
It did.
The car looked natural.
It looked natural, but it looked fast. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, but I would have to tell you that I did these things to it.
Right.
And that's the goal that I was looking for.
I like that.
So when I took that to race, they was like, man, we never seen this Escort. because the EXPs, they only made them for 2 years, so
Yeah.
you never seen an EXP. They really resemble the Fox body.
You really had to be around that era for that
Yeah,
car too.
you'd have to understand it, and
Yeah.
then same thing. That if you haven't really seen it before, my modifications wasn't crazy to you
Right.
because you didn't have no judging to say, hey, it's supposed to look
It's supposed to look like
this.
that. I think the craziest thing that for sure stood out was the flares over the tires.
Yeah,
Other than that was it. And then everything else was like
it kind of looked
It came
natural.
it came with it did. It did.
That-
Just like
that was the
what
goal.
you're doing so far with this, it looks natural. Like, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to have.
I would think, to tell you the truth, I would think it would be some type of a crazy exotic. Like, what is that?
It's exotic. So
Yeah,
at the end
yeah,
of the
yeah.
day, you know, the
Or Ferrari. I
the
was throw Ferrari out.
The Daytonas are exotics in my book.
They are.
They would be considered an exotic. I
Yeah.
mean, the real Daytonas are going for.
I mean, obviously, yeah. Probably millions or something.
40
probably.
mil.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah,
real
yeah,
one.
yeah, exactly.
But even the aftermarket, so if you went through an aftermarket company, you're 150K in.
Easy.
That's what
Easy.
you're gonna spend to drive one of these around.
And then
So-
this one, you get to trick it how you
I
want
get to
trick
do
it.
whatever I want to.
Yeah, you
it
don't have to worry about it. It's a
without
$1 million car. I want to put these
without
flares on.
saying like I've spent all of this money to make it this way.
This way.
Like I'm gonna be. My budget on this is amazing. Okay, amazing. Like the amount
Yeah.
of money that I've spent, you would be like, nah.
Man, you care to share?
No. I might want to sell it one day.
Hey, you know what? I totally understand that.
Listen, but it is extremely budget.
Wow.
And I use what I have. So extremely budget, use what I have, do my best, and that's what makes the cars fun.
It is.
Catalog building is cool. It's just not fun.
Mm.
It changes the way that you spin. It changes the way that you appreciate it.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, you spend all that money on paint. You spend so much money, it almost scare you out of enjoying the car.
It becomes a Mona Lisa.
Yeah, it turns
Yeah.
into glass.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want to break it.
Yeah, and I've personally been there before. Like, I don't want to drive that car. Like, my car that's been in the shop for 6 years, I don't want to. I don't know if I really want to hit the streets and like that.
It takes the
like,
fun out of it.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
So I figured, just for comfortability, it's better to go budget.
Yeah.
It's better to go budget, and it's better to try to experience all of them. Nothing really stays home because I know I can do it again.
I love it.
If you built it, why keep it? You could build another
You
one.
can build another one.
Yeah.
And
So
better yourself on the next one, right?
everything has been an improvement. I've been trading paper clips. I've had so many cars. My catalog is huge. Listen,
That's dope.
my catalog is huge. Huge. And everyone has been drivable. Everyone has sold. I think I've only had 2 cars that I could not complete motivation-wise. So I had a Mustang 2 that I just could not.
You sound
I had to-
you're not a Mustang guy. So.
Oh man, a Mustang 2. It was like a Pinto, and I could not I know what I wanted it to look like,
Yeah.
but I couldn't motivate myself to dig into
go
it.
that
So
far.
I got it, put some wheels on it, sold it. Never drove it, never did anything. Had a 302,
I've had stuff like that.
but I just could not get into it to do it.
Yeah.
And then I had a notch style Falcon, a non-hardtop Falcon. Same thing. I knew the look, couldn't
Get
just
it
couldn't.
right. I find myself being in those situations like that too. I know exactly what you mean. It's like if it doesn't get there fast enough, or if I feel like I can't get that look
manifest
I
it, it's
want,
not coming.
right? It's like I will. I'll move on.
Yeah,
I get it.
Gotta sell her. She's not there. I
Right.
gotta sell her. I'm gonna get something
I have
else.
friends like, dude, how do you do that? I was like, no, it wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly that.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I finally found somebody else like me. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So the car, the Bonneville, I've had the Bonneville for 22 years. I've had that car for the longest. I think I got that car in 2002, and it's looked the same. I've never changed the look. That was my first classic build, and I did a timeless build on it, so
Yeah.
it doesn't go old. It doesn't get old, and
Hey.
basically
Thank you. I didn't know
Yeah.
you could have
he'll edit you out.
Keep her in.
You good. But it when I built that one, I was stuck on that look for years. So I built the Bonneville. I built my Falcon to look just like it. Every car I built looked exactly like that. I did about 6 cars that all had that same look before I could break the
that.
look. But the look worked.
Right.
Like everywhere I drove it, it was just the look.
Oh,
So it took me a while to break the look, but after I broke the look, everything, kind of got fun and wild.
took off for you.
Yeah, it got real nice, but I was stuck in that pattern
Right.
for the longest.
I'm trying to think if I think everything I always wanted to change. I always had like a checklist of things I've always wanted to do, and when I get a car, like I'll see it and and I'll be like, okay, this is what one of those ideas I want to put it into this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what I always go with. Do you feel like there's a car that you did sell that was now in life you're like that was a car that got away? I shouldn't have got rid of that car.
All of them.
Really?
So, if I could keep all of them, I would.
Yeah, right. But then you ran out of space.
Some cars I miss driving. Some cars I miss the conversation they bring. So, I'm a coffee and cars guy.
Yeah.
I talk to the car world all the time. So, I kind of, some cars bring different company.
They do.
So depending on what I drive, it changes the company I'm going to bring. So some of my small Euros, my Ford Cortinas and Capris, they would bring out a different crowd to speak with.
Obviously,
I don't get to talk to them often because I don't have a car no more.
Yeah.
So it's
you find out when you have it. I know that feeling that you're talking about.
It brings out different characters and different people that you meet. So some cars, since they're gone, I don't have that crowd right now.
I know exactly what you mean.
Because
even like classic cars, like for myself, like I'll be at a gas station or something, and like somebody who was a kid or within that era, they'll be like, oh, I remember riding in the backseat of that car as a kid. Like they'll tell me those kind of stories. It's like, dang, like you was a kid when this car was new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or you was getting made when this car was new. Both of them, and that's my favorite part of the car game. So it's half of it is the build.
Right.
I enjoy the build. I love the hunt. I'm always out there on the hunt, and then just really enjoying the car and the people that it brings. So that part when you say, what car is the dream car, that's the whole dream.
Right.
The whole dream.
All of them are. It's part of that dream.
The whole deal.
Wow, that's deep.
Just being a car guy is the dream.
Right.
And not being attached.
That's where I'm at now.
The
I'm definitely not attached
disattachment is the biggest key to the experience.
It is, because now that I think about it, with you saying that, once I stopped being stuck in, okay, this is the one, this is it, and I was able to just get rid of it and move on to the next, that's when it became exciting. And when I got stuck, I was stuck in that one car. It's like, okay, well, I want to do this now. I want to do this. That's how come I'm all over the place with these cars these days. You know what I mean? Like, I want the experience.
That you should.
I'm chasing it, yeah.
You should, because even like the rat rods, like I didn't understand rat rod.
Yeah, I didn't either until I got one.
And then I got a rat rod, and I was like, oh, this is the business. This is crazy.
Right. Especially with the chopped roof, it's like, this is it.
Yeah, you driving like bones. Like it was a trip. But I understood the excitement, the adrenaline that came with it.
And there's a lot of conversations with rat rods. When you pull up one of those, it's like all kinds of people come out of the woodwork.
My rat rod was the truth. When I set that up, I was just like, oh, I could do anything. Like,
okay.
I'm free to roam throughout the building.
Right, and there's no rules. You can do whatever to it.
Zero rules.
Yeah.
So for like a real hot rodder or custom car guy, you got to experience a rat rod. It has to happen.
You do.
And it takes away from all of the bull in between. So we're not worried about shiny paint.
Right.
We not worried about perfect curves.
What motor are you running? What gear? Like, nobody cares.
Yeah, it's the rattiness of it.
Right. Just be on the open road. Who cares?
Yeah, rattiness of it, the ride, and the danger in it.
Yeah. Because like, the one I had, it looked real sketchy. It was like,
half of this
let's
stuff,
do it.
Yeah, half of this stuff is from the 20s.
Yeah.
And it was half horse carriage and
6-volt.
half car. So it was tough. And then you put a 350 in it. And
and then you want to go fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's supposed to go fast.
It was an experience.
It was.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
it was
too.
a different crowd
I
too.
enjoyed it
And I was
Yeah, it
like,
was.
okay, I get it. I understand the hillbilly stuff. Like digging into the history. So the history is fun too. The history on all of this stuff. And the reason I've really been hooked on the Ford stuff is Ford really got a good history. And
Tell us.
just from everything. So everything we do is kind of Ford based. And this is not like I'm some huge Ford guy. But
Right.
when you dig into it.
Sound like a
you
Ford
know,
connoisseur. But
well,
go ahead.
no one would have really woke Chevy up if it was no
Was for
Ford.
Ford.
And Dodge wouldn't exist
Without
if
Ford.
it was no Ford. But the crazy thing is Ford, like, they ventured out of America. So they were like, they went to Europe. They're everywhere.
Right,
like,
they are.
They're a brand that's on every continent.
Like McDonald's.
Yeah, they didn't have to change their name. So, like,
Right.
if you wanted to get a Saturn and you were off the continent, I mean, a Chevy, you would end up in a Saturn or an Opal. Ford was able to keep their Opal on every continent.
Everything they did.
You know, their merges were a little different. But in the long run, you know, everybody had their mistakes, but they were enough to venture out. They walked away from the pushrod motors early in the 90s.
True.
In the 90s, 92, they went overhead cam. They walked away from that stuff. Like, and people still screaming.
They don't want to give them their props. I don't know what it is, but why everybody. I mean, I've always been a Ford guy. I like how some of them look. Motors do me just fine. I've never had a problem. But everybody's like, no, if it's not a Chevy, I'm not looking. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and that's part of the culture. So listen, that's part of the culture.
Yeah.
And Ford is kind of like an underdog in the culture, but they've been leading it.
They've
And that's
always
the
been around. They're
craziest
always
part.
there.
They've been leading it. And I mean, even in the way that they lead it, like, we always put the Corvette versus the Mustang, but the Corvette should have been up against some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is where it should have been.
Right.
It should have been messing with the Ford GTs and the Panteras and all of that stuff, but they would never hang. So they were up against Mustangs. They were originally supposed to go up against Thunderbirds. Like, the stuff that Ford kept in the bag wouldn't have kept it competitive.
That is true.
So they kind of just kept it in the bag.
I never really thought about it. It's like
They kept a lot of stuff overseas just to keep it competitive. The only thing I don't like about Ford is the Mustang. Because the Mustang stopped us from getting the good shit. There's so much good shit out there. The Barra motors, all of the Australian stuff, their straight sixes that would make a 2JZ cry.
Yeah.
You know, they got motors, but we didn't get them over here. They kept those overseas because they couldn't outdo the Mustang. The Mustang had to stay at the top.
Yeah, it's like for the Mustang purists people that once they love that was like they look at that as like the epitome
That
of
is
Ford.
that is it.
Yeah.
So we can't put nothing out
That's better than
that would top it.
Yeah.
This is our Mustang. Why would we knock ourselves down? This is our
Right.
best-selling car.
Wow.
So all the cars that we don't get that are overseas, that Ford
They do
made
good?
great,
Yeah.
it's because of that damn Mustang.
That's
Stopped us.
dope you said that. I've never really thought about that.
Yeah, because you'll hear about all kind of Fords.
Yeah.
You know, and we never would get them because of that.
But
Mustang.
and then besides it, like the GT500, but you know, price wise, most people aren't going to be able to drive and get that. So
Yeah, but I
it's able to
mean,
stay around.
even they had to detune the shows. So even when the shows dropped, the shows were hotter than the Mustang.
You're on the tour show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they had to detune those because why would we take away from our Mustang profit? We don't want to bring out nothing that's gonna top this car. This has to be our top.
Even the
car.
Thunderbird with the supercharger, that was a show too, wasn't it? Or was it on
No,
the
that was
tours?
a
No, it wasn't. You're right. It was S.
It was the SC, the Super Coupe.
Yeah. SC.
Yeah, it didn't even make it, I think, to SVT. But now, the craziest thing is Ford don't even make cars. They make no cars right now. Ford stopped making cars about
think about
5
that
years
one.
ago.
Really?
They only make trucks. Name
And
a car.
SUVs.
They
I
only
don't
make
think
the
I really-
Mustang. So the Focus, the Focus,
didn't,
all
didn't
of their cars are gone.
Tours, I know for sure. that
Everything's
stuff didn't
gone. They only make
Ah.
trucks.
go. I don't think I've ever really stopped to think about that.
Ford stopped making cars. So right now they supply platforms only. So all the Kias and Hyundais, those are Ford platforms.
I'm like really trying to think.
They don't
There's
make
no
a car
cars?
right now. They only make the Mustang. Tell me a new car that's come out.
I'm really.
You got all you got is Broncos, Escapes, transit vans, and trucks.
Wow.
There's no car.
They slowly phase that out. I don't think I.
Oh,
really
they
noticed
cut
that.
it. They cut it years ago. Ford makes no cars.
Oh, that's mind blowing right now. I don't think I really saw and really thought about that.
And they in the game though, with one car. The
Ford needs they
Mustang.
props. Ford needs they props.
Look, right now they just make the Mustang as a car.
And talks of making the Mustang into a 4-door. That's about the only other thing that I've
That's it.
seen.
They make no cars.
Wow.
Snuck it right under y'all nose. Everybody missed
Ford is
it.
hard. Yeah,
And they still in the game. We don't even make cars no more.
y'all still make cars.
We make a Mustang. Buy that or buy a truck. That's it. And they trucks are smashing.
Yeah, they are.
The trucks are smashing.
I like the smashes. Yeah, I like the
like
smashes. I like the trucks.
they are not playing around.
Mm.
The truck will mess with any car they got,
Mm.
including the Mustang. But right now, I just think they've been a fun company to follow, to practice with.
Right.
You know, and I still like Chevys, and I wish Pontiac was still here, but you know, I like the
Remember those
Pontiac
days?
stuff. And
Dang.
yeah, that's where I'm at.
So what do you? So you're the type of guy. Which one do you like better? Looking online for random parts, or going to like a junkyard, or walking around and just seeing random stuff?
So, I used to be like a pick-apart guru, and
Kinda
like,
sore.
Yeah, like I was at every pick-apart, but the politics with the pick-apart is horrible right now. The prices are not competitive. Everything has changed, and then
I haven't been in one in a long time. So I
the
wouldn't know.
way that they let you pick now, like you used to be able to tear a motor apart, grab just one piston if you wanted to, but now if you open up a motor, they want to try to charge you for the motor. You used to be able to actually like pick apart stuff.
When did this change?
This has been probably the last 2 years. So I've kind of only kept the pick apart on big items like a rear end. I'll go there and get a full rear end. I'm gonna pay way more than I used to.
Yeah.
The clips, the Crown Vic clips, you used to be able to get out of there $350. You're gonna pay like almost $600 now. It's doubled. So the pick apart is not as it's not what it used to be. All the way down
that's
to
what I'm used to.
interior. Like I used to get a lot of interior parts from there, and now they've raised the way that they price that stuff. So
like if you just wanted a seat, now you got to get the whole interior. Or
no,
just...
it used to be you could grab just a bracket.
Yeah.
But now you got to pay for the whole seat. So you can't just go in there and take just the bracket and they're not going to have it in their parts list. They're going to charge you for the whole seat. So the way that they rearranged the part list kind of messes you up on your money wise. You
I
might
didn't even know they started doing that.
it might be better to find it on Marketplace.
Right.
So swap meets, Marketplace, pick apart is like number 3 now.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be top of my list.
I just said the other day I wanted to go walk around on one, but man.
So I still go.
Yeah.
And I go for so I go to test fit stuff. So
that's dope.
half of my
I still go to
ideas.
Home Depot for a little random stuff.
Yeah, so I may
This'll
go
work.
there. If I come up with an idea, I'll go test it at the pick apart. Because I know I could take that car apart and see if these brakes are going to fit on that and see how much I'm going to have to move to get it to fit.
Ooh.
Or if I'm going to have to make a bracket and the parts are at the pick apart.
Yeah.
So I could go get those infinity brakes and then take them over to the car that I'm trying to mock it up to.
Wow.
Do my mock-ups and say, okay, cool, it's worth buying. And then buy some. So
that makes sense.
I'll use the pick apart for mock-up.
for stuff like that. Yeah. Hands on. Like, okay.
I can't, I'm playing with these measurements in my brain, but I could go actually physically do it there, and it's not my car. I may not even buy nothing.
Right.
But I took 2 cars apart. So even when I did my frame swaps, I would go to the pick apart and measure all those cars up before I actually shop the car.
Got you.
So, when I wanted to put that Escort on the Audi TT, I went to the pick apart, measured some TTs, and was like, that lines up. This is the car I'm going to do. And went and found one at the auction.
I'm glad you said that, though, because I'm always like, how do you know? Like, you know what I mean?
So a lot of people do their swaps different. I do a lot of measuring. So I usually measure everything before I buy it. Yeah.
Put it out there.
I'm a guy at the pick apart with a tape measure, and they're like, that's all you need? This is
Yeah.
it. And you know, I'll go
Dope.
tape measure everything, kind of know where everything's gonna land,
Yeah.
and then I'll buy the car.
Nice.
And then you know, I was doing my frame swaps were taking 2 weeks to do because I spent a week measuring. Like I had the plan, I knew where to cut.
Literally, just cut it and
Cut and
cutting is
paste.
probably the longest piece of it.
Yeah,
Then.
cut and paste.
Wow.
That was it. Cut, lift the body, pull the other one down, bring it down, weld it up, and you're done. And you got everything. You got everything. You're not looking for a disc brake kit. You're not looking for coilover. You got everything.
Nice.
Modern.
Literally,
Yeah,
I love modern stuff. I don't
And I
like
mean-
it too old. Unless it's a rat rod or something.
It's not cheating. It's just different. You know, when I was doing my swaps and out there driving, they're like, "Oh, you cheating?" I'm like, "Nah, I just kind of did it smarter than you." That's all. Not not cheating, but
No.
like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I could have got that 550 rear end and built some brackets and
Yeah.
done all this American-made steel and told my story, but I ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah.
I'll get the whole car, slap it on, and it'll act
Ah.
like it should, but just different.
Yeah.
Still hot rodding, and that's how
Literally.
hot rodding
And
started.
that's how I got started.
Yeah,
And a lot of people do miss that these
People
days.
grabbing parts and putting them something together. No catalogs.
Right. Just
No
make it
build
work.
sheets.
And even lowriding was like that. Yeah. Just
Yeah, no.
Take this bumper from that car. Take that headlight.
Shorten it up. Make your own look. Put it together. Cut your top if you got to. That's how they practice it. But stuff has been cataloged. It's been
Social mediaized.
they made it into aftermarket car market.
They did.
You know, it's
It's a money thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's become that.
Yeah.
And
Everything.
parts ain't what they used to be. So you're not really getting that quality part. You're
No,
just
by
getting
far.
the part.
You're getting that part.
Yeah. So
It
it's-
even says it on some of the parts now, and the little literature that they send to you, like it's for off road use. So, you know, as soon as you break something, don't hit us up.
yeah, it's no warranty.
Yeah.
If it was on the
It's
street.
done deal.
Yeah, if
It
it's on the
expire when
street,
you
it's
open the
out of
box.
warranty. So that part of it is it's fun too,
Yeah.
because it keeps enthusiasts out there, because everybody's not that hands on.
Yeah.
You know,
True that.
everybody doesn't have that time. So I like both sides of it. I like the market side. I like when somebody brings me something and say, "Hey, I bought this, put it on." But I also like to make something that's gonna
Love
fit.
it.
You know, it works for everybody.
Okay. Well, shoot, man. You don't want to take up too much of your time. Man, is there any shout outs or thank yous or anything that you want to get out there?
I'll put a list. I don't know any shout outs. I know it's plenty. I got lots of people that help me out or that I go to. You know, I'm in a whole community of car guys.
Yes,
so I'll give
that's
you a
dope.
list of names and then we could post them.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know them offhand. But I deal with a lot of just a lot of locals. Everybody's a local that
Love
may do
it.
something,
Love
and
it.
I'll hit them up like, "Hey, can you make me one of these again?" Anything that I can't do.
Got you.
And you know, it's the same here. If they bring something to me, I do the same thing.
Okay.
My boy that pulled up earlier in the truck, he's the same thing. He's a big car guy.
Oh, man.
and we
See, I
just-
you hear more often than this, too.
Yeah,
right?
we trade stuff all day. We trade labor. So
Okay.
you know,
Okay, I love it,
works
man.
out.
If you want to say, I guess, your Instagram page name, social media
So
handles?
my Instagram is
And if you forget about it by far, I'll put it at the
at
bottom.
Custom K Smith, I think.
Mhm,
or
it is.
KS Roadstar, one of those.
Uh-huh.
I'm not too good on the online stuff.
As you can see, he's hands on.
Yeah, I post pictures, I post stuff, but I don't really do a lot of camera work. I'm usually just playing.
Right,
so
right,
I'll
right,
get
right.
out and play, and they'll be like, "Oh, I should have recorded that."
be
Nobody's
like
gonna
that.
believe me. Nobody's gonna believe me.
Oh, but
But-
shoot, hit me on their side of this shit. I'll
Yeah,
make a believe.
I just haven't been able. A lot of people tell me all the time, like, "Hey, you got to record some of this stuff.
Right.
You've been putting it out faster than we could keep up with."
Man.
I just haven't. I haven't really got into recording.
Right.
And,
Because your hands on, you're enjoying the experience.
yeah, I just
You're
get
like, I
out
gotta
there
get it
and
done.
do
Because
might
it's in your head,
and
right?
if I got it, if I dreamed about it,
Right. It's got to happen.
first thing in the morning, I'm on it. I'm not worried about no
Hey,
camera.
I'm like that too. I'm like, hey,
Sometimes I gotta write it down. Like,
hey, I text myself.
I
That's
didn't
gotta
think
happen.
about that. I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
try
gotta
this
happen.
one. So that part I'm gonna try to get better at.
Okay.
Is just recording the process.
Got you,
And I'm just amazed, like even with this, how people could get out there and record the process.
Right.
Because recording the process is giving me most of my ups, you know, because I'm on YouTube all the time.
Hey, me too.
How
That's
do
why
I do
I
this?
gotta put more out. Yeah.
How do I do this? How do I do this? And I
Mhm.
could have been somebody's how did I do this?
True indeed.
And I just haven't.
Because
put it
I
out
would have
there.
loved to have seen you do those doors.
Yeah,
Man, I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I caught. I caught a video, and I was like,
Man.
that's gonna be it.
Man,
I'm
because
about to
that's
try it.
awesome.
I'm about to get in there and try it. And
You didn't try, you did it.
yeah, when it came out, like
You
I
did
just
it.
made doors. And the wife was like, "What?
I just
made the doors. They open, they close. I got doors.
That's dope.
Yeah, it
I
counts.
just made the doors.
Yeah, it counts. Something new. And
Right.
Never made doors before. Now I got a set of doors.
Love it, man.
Can't beat it. And it's the car game.
Man.
This is the stuff. I'm
Man.
glad you came through. 'Cause
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
is the stuff.
I'm sure a lot of people out there is going to definitely
Um,
enjoy this. That's why I started this series, man. So people like you can shine, brother.
Yeah,
I ain't
this
even
is
gonna
the
lie.
stuff that counts.
Yeah.
This is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people just see the car.
Probably people in the neighborhood that probably wonder what's going on.
Everybody in my neighborhood know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm
Over
pretty
here.
sure they can hear you coming.
They know something's happening in that guy's garage.
Man.
And I got a good set of neighbors. They appreciate me. They support. It's
That's
cool.
love, man.
Yeah. It's
Well,
real
shoot.
cool.
Go ahead and wrap it up, man. From one car guy to another, man. You are a true car enthusiast, man. Shake
Thank
your
you,
hand on
sir.
camera.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for letting us come out, man. And hey, on to the next.
To the next one.
Let's see if the camera's still rolling here. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
time?
we're still good.
All right. You nice.
Hey y'all, if you're looking for a show where we talk about all things that start, run, and go, well, you came to the right place. Welcome to True Car Enthusiast TV.